This video is brought to you by Jab.se, the lead supplier of MMA gear in Scandinavia. BetSafe.com, Europe's only online betting site for MMA. DirtyRebel.com, your destination for casual MMA wear.
This is Marcus Korvall with StudioMMA and MMA Nytt, and we're here in Stockholm outside Nexus Fighter Center, where we'll be seeing Alex Gustafsson training for his fight with Shogun and see what he has to say about what happened at UFC 151 and what his opinion is on what should have happened, what went down, and where he is, and what his goals are for 2013 and a potential title shot. This is Marcus Korvall with StudioMMA and MMA Nytt, and we're here with Alexander "The Mauler" Gustafsson, who's facing Shogun on the 8th of December in Seattle. Right now you're in your hometown here in Stockholm. Home base, home food. What else is home about Stockholm?
Take that again. I missed you. What did you say?
What is it about Stockholm? You don't move. You do part of your training camp abroad, but what else do you do? What is it about Stockholm?
You know, it's a beautiful city. You know, we got some beautiful things to see. You know, we have good summers. Sometimes.
So say, look at that outside the window. Great summers.
Yeah. No, but you know, it's just my hometown. You know, this is where I live. I have my family, my friends, my girlfriends, my dog. So you know, like I'm happy here.
And you just did a little bit of an exhibition at the Stockholm Shoot where you train, and we saw some really talented guys. What is it about Swedish mixed martial arts, and where is it on the map if you compare it? You've been all over the place compared to other countries.
You know, here at my home club, we got some good talent guys to compete a lot. We have a good professional you know, team that trains every day, trains hard. They compete everywhere. You know, everyone is hungry, and you know, it's a good. We have a good team and a lot of talented guys. And if you compare Sweden's MMA to international MMA, it's you know, we're not there yet because it's a small country and the business is that big. So we have to, you know, it's. You know, we just keep doing this, and we're on the right way. You know, we got great trainers, great talent guys. You know, we just need to compete a lot more and get the big contracts. You know, and but we're on a good way, the right way.
We got a few guys. We got Jürgen Krug coming up, and we've got fighting in the UFC in Nottingham. We've got Reza Madade fighting as well. Out of the guys that we saw here today, who would you say is the closest to UFC contract, or someone that you can see a prospect for the UFC from Stockholm Shoot?
We got a lot of, you know, good guys, tough guys. You know, like it's hard to say. You know, we got Christian Lexell, we got Nico Mosuke, Jonathan Witstein. We have a lot of good guys. You know, it's hard to say, but you know, we win, we compete, and you know, just a matter of time till we get the contracts. You know.
And you got a fight coming up on the 8th of December against Shogun. The last fight was the biggest fight of your career against Silva here in Stockholm, in your hometown. Now you're going to the US again, but is this the biggest fight of your career now?
Yeah, like I'm always saying, it's my biggest fight in my career. But this is it, truly it. You know, it's Shogun we're talking about. It's a legend in the sport. It's a warrior. He's been through hell in the cage. You know, it's a tough guy. So, you know, it's a big challenge for me. But I'm looking forward to it, and you know, I'll be more than ready. 8th of December.
You said it, a legend in the sport, and they say in order to be a legend, you have to beat a legend. And now facing a legend, Brandon Vera said as well. You've trained with Brandon Vera as well. Fighting a legend, does it change anything in training camp, in the mental game at all?
No, not at all. You know, Shogun is an opponent. You know, he's a professional athlete. You know, I'm too. You know, I'm hungry and I want to be there he is right now. So you know, it's a fight for me. You know, and it's a fight that I've been waiting for. So I don't. He is a legend and he's a, you know, he's the man. But you know, when we're in the cage, you know, it's just an opponent.
And Brandon Vera, who you trained with at Alliance in San Diego, just faced Shogun and it did very, very well until he got stopped. Have you spoken to Brandon since? And I'm sure you saw the fight. Did you see anything in that fight that you think will be an advantage to you when you step in to the cage facing Shogun on the 8th of December?
Yeah, Brandon Vera did really good, and you know, he had a great game plan, good tactics. He did what he had to do, and you know, I saw some few things the Shogun maybe didn't do that I can use, and so on. So you know, like I can sit there and talk about it all day, but you know, I will have a great game plan, a good tactic. I will go in there and I'll be ready.
And last week we saw 151 being the first fight or show in the UFC to be cancelled, and there was a lot of who's going to fight Jon Jones next and when. Jon Jones said no to a couple of opponents, a couple of more opponents said no to Jon Jones. Were you ever worried about losing Shogun, that Shogun was going to be the one facing Jon Jones?
No, I didn't actually think about it. You know, I just read that Jon Jones, Dan Henderson was injured and so on. So it's a big mess, you know, and I didn't read everything about it, but I was never worried about, you know, losing the fight against Shogun. So, you know, I didn't mean losing the fight against Shogun. I mean, like, you know, so, you know, but, you know, it's all good. Now I can fight him and, you know, I'm happy.
Did you want the fight yourself? First of all, did you get the call yourself?
No, I didn't.
Would you have wanted to get the call?
Yeah, actually, I would like to have the call, yeah, but I didn't, so I have to beat Shogun first.
So when you heard it happening, did you ever think about it? I wish Joe Silva, matchmaker for the UFC, will call up. Did you ask for it, or did you just sit at home almost like a little bit of a Christmas present waiting for it?
No, I didn't ask for it, you know, but, you know, it would be fun if they could call me, you know. It means that they think I'm up there and you know, it's a good challenge for Jones, so... But more like a feedback to me if they called me, but they didn't. So, you know, like, I'm just happy to fight Shogun, and you know, that's what I'm in focus right now.
And I know you focus on your opponent, and rightfully so. And Dana White doesn't like to speculate who's next usually, but Dana White said before UFC in Los Angeles when Shogun faced Vera and Machida fought as well, Bader, that whoever puts on the best performance is going to be the next person in line for Jon Jones. You're facing Shogun now, who was very, very close to getting that title shot. Do you feel that a good show against Shogun means a title shot for you next?
I hope so. That will be that's my goal and that's my dream. So, you know, I want to win over Shogun now, and you know, I want to have the title shot. That's what I want.
And do you think that 2013 is going to be the year that you get that shot?
Yeah.
And taking the belt back home to Sweden?
Oh yeah, it's going back with me to Sweden, up on my wall.
Now, a belt of such magnitude as the UFC light heavyweight title, a lot would argue with me as well that it's the biggest thing since Ingmar Johansson winning the world title in heavyweight in boxing, which is a long time ago. Did you think along those lines as well?
You know, it's Ingmar Johansson is you know, that's a legend too, you know, and it's hard to compare, you know, but you know, it's a big thing, and you know, for me, you know, that's why I go up every morning and train, and that's my big dream, you know, that's what I want to have, and yeah, that's what that keeps me driving. So for me, it's the biggest thing ever. So
Vitor Belfort is facing Jon Jones now. A little bit surprising to some that he's going to step up from 185, being injured and being out for the fight against Wanderlei Silva. You've trained with Vitor. First of all, who do you think will win that fight?
Vitor against Jon Jones. Hard to say, you know, both. You know, Jon Jones is a legend for champion for a reason, and Vitor is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, and you know, a good heart. You know, with a great game plan. I think he can beat Jon Jones. You know, everything is about, you know, be smart and be in shape. You know, so it's hard to say, but at the end, you know, Jon Jones is the champion, so I think he'll win that fight.
Now, Vitor comes from a boxing background, just like yourself. Tactic-wise, do you think it's beneficial to you that Jon Jones is going to fight someone who has a similar style to you in some ways, and you will be able to watch how Jon Jones does against a good boxer? Do you think along those lines?
It's of course it's very interesting to see, but it's styles makes fights, and it's hard to say. It's Vitor has his style, I got my style, and it's all about doing a thing in there and keep your game plan. I'm just like repeating game plan all the time here, but that's how it is, Yeah. So yeah, it's hard to say. It's two different fighters.
Now, but among the names that have been up there as potential opponents for Jones, Jon Jones, Lyoto Machida, Vitor Belfort, Dan Henderson. You win on December 8th, and in a good way against Shogun. You're next in line for the title. Who would you rather face among those potential people to be holding the belt by the time that you get there?
Jon Jones. I think he's the best guy in my weight class right now, and I want to fight the best. So, it's a great challenge for me. That's why I do this. I train every day and train hard as fuck. I just want to beat the best guys in the division. I think Jon Jones is the man. So.
And people have been talking about Alex Gustafsson for a while, and people really see you as a true prospect now. Do you think you're ready right now to be the champion of the world in the UFC as a light heavyweight?
Yeah, I am.
2013?
It's my year. Bring the belt back home to Sweden, and it stays there.
You heard it here from Alex Gustafsson in Stockholm. On the 8th of December, you'll see him face Shogun Hua, and in 2013, the belt will come back to Sweden with Alex. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you.